Imagine it's the middle of the night. You're asleep. Suddenly, you wake up, not to an alarm, but to a blinding light pouring through your window. You look outside and think the sun is rising, but it's only 1 a.m. That's how bright the sky became on one horrifying night in America. It started with an unreal, eerie orange glow where darkness should have been. Then came the heat. This wasn't the warmth of a bonfire. This was a suffocating, skin-searing heat that could be felt blocks away, making every breath feel like swallowing fire. By morning, entire neighborhoods were simply gone. This is the true story of a night when an American town became a death zone, and no one was prepared for what was coming. It began as a quiet, routine evening. Families were eating dinner, kids were asleep, and people were finishing their late shifts. But somewhere nearby, a disaster was brewing. Chemicals were stored improperly. Pressure was building. Critical warnings were ignored. Then, the sky ignited. An explosion ripped through the darkness, unleashing a fire so intense it created its own wind. Buildings didn't just burn, they collapsed in seconds. Metal twisted like wet paper. The asphalt on the streets melted. People ran for their lives, but the very air around them was on fire. Some never made it out of their homes. Others escaped, only to collapse in the streets, their lungs destroyed by the toxic smoke. The fire spread faster than any emergency crew could possibly respond. Roads became traps, water lines failed, all communication collapsed. Witnesses later said it felt like the world was ending. Screams echoed through smoke, so thick it blacked out the stars. Families were torn apart in the chaos. The terrifying glow could be seen for miles, a false dawn signaling an apocalypse. Those who survived were haunted by the smell, a sickening mix of chemicals, burning plastic, and something worse. A smell that never truly left them. When the flames finally died down, the devastation was beyond comprehension. Homes were reduced to piles of ash, streets were erased from the map. Officials urged calm and promised investigations, calling it a tragic accident. But the survivors noticed something else, a chilling silence. Reports were delayed. The number of victims kept changing. The long-term health effects were downplayed. People who lived nearby started getting sick, lung damage, vision problems, chronic illnesses. They were told it was just a coincidence, simply bad luck. Years later, the truth came out. Leaked documents revealed that multiple warnings had been ignored. Safety standards had been deliberately bypassed to cut costs. And despite all the lives lost, all the families destroyed, no one went to prison. Settlements were paid, the headlines faded, and the town was rebuilt. But it was never the same. People still talk about that night, not just the fire, but the moment the sky